Every country has a story. I have been to 19 countries. I want to tell you a story for every single one of those countries. I have this map right here. I love maps. I'm a map man. And I want to go through every single country I've been to, all 19 of them, and tell you just one story that I find entertaining from that. Today's story, we will start with the country that I lived in for a year, which is Ireland. I lived in Dublin, Ireland. And about 3 months in, after I got financially settled, I wanted to start taking advantage of me living there. So I wanted to see the country, but I also didn't want to spend the money. So I decided that hitchhiking was going to be the way to go. I figured, I'm in Europe, why not? No one hitchhikes in America, but it's Europe, so there's different rules. So I was like, let's try some hitchhiking. So I found this really cool website called Hitchwiki. I'll put a link in the description. But Hitchwiki will tell you every city where to stand and in which direction you want to go. So for example, in Dublin, there are like 3 major directions you want to go because it's on the east coast. So you can pretty much go north, south, or west. So it tells you which areas you want to stand if you're going north, south, or west. So in this case, I wanted to go to Galway, which is directly across on the west coast. And I wanted to see the Cliffs of Moher, or Moher. I think that's the technical name. So I looked at the map and I saw how far can I take on the bus line in Dublin to get to closer to Galway. And so I took a bus about like 45 minutes into the city center because I lived in South Dublin. And then I took a bus about an hour west to a college town called, I believe, Maynooth. And in Maynooth, that's where I got near the motorway and stuck out my thumb. I stuck out my thumb and I waited there for probably like 15 minutes, maybe even less, like 5 minutes. And a woman picked me up. She was this probably around 40-year-old woman listening to Christian radio, and we just chatted for about 10 minutes and she drove me about 2 exits. She was super nice. This happened a couple more times, but where it got interesting was when I got like the longest haul. There was this young married couple. They were probably in mid-30s and they were going for a romantic getaway weekend. And I guess for whatever reason, they decided I should be part of this romantic getaway weekend. They were going from Dublin to Galway, and so they decided to pick me up. So I got in their car, we figured out where we were going. I was gonna leave shortly before they got to Galway so I could go south to the Cliffs of Moher. And I get in the car and we figure out where we're going, just do some light chat. They're really friendly. Maybe too friendly, because the next thing they say is they pick up the phone and they're on the phone with one of their friends and they're like, hey, yeah, we're on our way to Galway. We picked up a hitchhiker. We're gonna have a 3-way tonight. And I'm like, whoa, I did not sign up for that. So then I'm sitting in there all nervous, and luckily they turn around and they just laugh and like, no, we're just joking. And it's kind of like, yeah, haha, what, were you joking? So thankfully they dropped me off before I got to Galway. I was able to go down to the Cliffs of Moher, see some beautiful sights, did some more hitchhiking to get to the Cliffs of Moher, hitchhiked back to Galway, and spent the night in like a $10 hostel. I'll put a link to the $10 hostel if you guys want it. It's a great find. Cheap, not too sketchy. But so that's my story from Ireland. Stay tuned. Next we'll be talking about America.